My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Slay the Spire. There is another one of these big old patches with a bunch of content in it. We've got 5 new relics, the Frozen Core and Ring of the Serpent, which are upgrade base relics for the Defect and Silent respectively. Now, the Frozen Core is the upgraded version of the Cracked Core, and the Ring of the Serpent is the upgraded version of the Ring of the Snake. I believe the Frozen Core is if you have an empty orb slot at the end of your turn, channel a Frost. It may be at the start of your turn, I'm not certain. And the Ring of the Serpent, I believe, is draw 1 extra card every single turn. Now, they differ a little bit from the Burning Blood for the Ironclad and the already extant upgrade for the Burning Blood, the Black Blood, in that the Burning Blood is gain 6 HP at the end of each fight. The upgrade is gain 10 HP at the end of each fight. So it expands upon the strength of the original. I think these replace the effect of the original. So I think you won't be getting your lightning at the very start as a result of the Cracked Core when you have the Frozen Core instead. And the Ring of the Serpent is probably going to mean that you don't have the effect of the Bag of Preparation, the 2 extra cards in the opening hand. We'll see how that goes. There's also joke portraits for a bunch of the cards that don't yet have full portraits. Chrysalis, Hand of Greed, Mayhem, Metamorphosis, Panic Button, Shame, and the Bomb. And also 3 other new relics, including Hand Drill, Hovering Kite, and Sling of Courage. I only know the Sling of Courage so far, and it gives you extra strength whenever you fight elites, which seems like it is totally our thing. In terms of gameplay, the Twisted Funnel, which was a shop relic introduced very, very recently, is now silent only. It was apply 4 poison to all enemies at the start of each combat, and it makes sense that it's now silent only, right? Because the silent is the only character in the base game, at the very least, who has any poison synergy. Wraith Form power is now also considered a debuff like Bias Cognition, so if you have artifacting before you play Wraith Form, you will never lose any dex, rather than it negating the first dex loss and then you lose dex like normal afterwards. So it works like the entire 1 dex loss per turn is a debuff that can get negated by the artifacting. You should have the artifacting on first before you play Wraith Form, by the way. Make sure the ordering's correct on that one. I've been doing ordering wrong recently on a lot of things, and it has killed me many times. So instead of playing the Ironclad here, I'll play the Silent. I was going to loop back through the characters, but I'll play the Silent here because the Ironclad already had Burning Blood and Black Blood. So instead I'll play the Silent, who has the possibility of getting the Ring of the Serpent, and then the Defect afterwards, who has the possibility of getting the Cracked Core. Lose all gold from a random rare relic is insane. That's rare. Incense Burner, every 5 turns, gain 1 intangible. Occasionally, I'll be real with you. Occasionally, that's awesome. So the maximum amount of elites we could go would be left side. We'd be taking on 4 elites total, but I can get a bunch more question marks and rests if I go for 3 instead. More than happy to compromise my integrity. Who said I had any? Alright. It is time to give them all the what for. I can also try and sync up my kills to make sure that the Incense Burner is close to useful for the next time. I kind of want to go more aggressive than defensive, so I'm actually kind of leaning towards Blade Dance, trying to do a Shiv-based build, because it has been, number 1, a while since I've done a Shiv-based build, and number 2, a while since I last promised that I would do a Shiv-based build. Oh my gosh. Vajra on the first hit, start each combat with +1 strength. That's going to be really handy when I'm playing a lot of small attacks, like, oh, I don't know, Shivs, for instance, for example. Consider this a hypothetical. Consider this the hint of the century. Consider this what brought me to my knees. I'm going to... Ooh. Next card had to be Blade Dance. I knew that fact. We don't have the energy currently to play Masterful Stab reliably. Oh, but if we could, though. No, we can't, though. We'll take a single Flying Knee just as another aggressive card to help us get through the upcoming bosses. And, of course, when I say bosses, what I mean is elites. It's so easy to get those confused. They sound nothing alike, so you can understand, you know, what happens there. Easy. Slice, Expertise, and Bane. We don't have enough low cost or enough energy to make Expertise really worth it, and Slice is difficult. It's a wee bit difficult to justify at pretty much any point. The unfortunate thing here is that if I didn't have the strength from Vajra, we would actually be in a better position. Because then I would be able to get the extra energy from the Flying Knee without waking the Lagavulin up. That said, I knew that my next hand had a very close proximity to the weakness card I wanted to be playing there. Flying Knee, double defend is fine here. Hopefully I just majorly get aggressive cards in this hand. Ouch. That is not for what I was hoping. Well, at least I can full play this. I've had worse hands. Had better ones, had worse ones too. Awesome. Mummified Hand. Whenever you play a power, a random card in your hand costs 0 for the rest of the turn. Lost Knife. Hell yes. Deal 8 damage twice. This card's damage is lowered by 2 for this combat. You upgrade that, it becomes 12. I can't take the cursor down. We get affected by that, and we just put our heads between our knees and kiss our butts goodbye. Blood Vial at the start of each combat, heal for 2 HP. That's one of the very rare ways that a silent can heal. There's not that many. There's, you know, Bite, Blood Vial, Bandage. I'm sure there's another one. I don't want to split you yet. Sure, there's in fact probably another couple that I'm just missing here. All right. 7 apiece. Goodbye. Take that Swift Potion, and sure, Blade Dance. We have Noxious Fumes. We could have had Noxious Fumes, and we have Mummified Hand. This could totally be like a really nice defensive powers build, but that's what we run all the time on the Silent, even when we don't have Mummified Hand, rather. So how is it different? I'm actually really, really happy here because the next turn we can have Intangibility. 16 damage is going to become 2. And then it's going to become 1 when I kill one of you. Got the Glass Knife in the next hand for 9 twice, 18. Yeah. Easy damage. I'm not a huge fan of the fact that I can only defend 5 there, but still. Easy. Ocean Belt. Upon pickup, gain 2 potion slots, as well as Acrobatics, Caltrops, Calculated Gamble. No, thank you. Let's upgrade the Glass Knife first, then we'll go for the Blade Dance. Come on, Accuracy. No. Bag of Marbles, though. At the start of each combat, apply 1 vulnerability to all enemies. That is what I'm talking about. Or rather, about that is what I am talking. Let's give them the deeps. That is to say, the DPS. So if we can get another way to apply vulnerability in this deck, I would royally appreciate it. All these Smooth Stones started combat with +1 dex. There's our accuracy. Immediate upgrade, naturally. So we're dealing 10 damage per shiv now. Nice. $10, and then 26, and then another 4. Just proving I can count. All right. As the slime in the back line is not doing well, I do need to make sure that I'm, not... what's the word I'm looking for? Weakened at any point. I also don't have a single AoE card in this deck, which is going to turn out to be a problem for us, I'm feeling. Damn. Okay. So you might be weakened, but the Blade Dance is still 7 per, so... Easy kills. We're not going to get a ridiculous high score because we're not... I can't Grand Finale in this deck. No, I can't. I'm very tempted to take Ori here. As much as I want the extra energy, and there's no option for it, so Ori is choose and add 5 cards to your deck. And Empty Cage is a bond pickup. Remove 2 cards from your deck. I was saying something else that I've already forgotten. I'm going to remove 2 cards. I'm going to make this deck more aggressive by removing 2 defense. If we happen to get the intangibility event, I would probably take it. I can make no guarantees one way or the other, but I'd probably take it. Okay, as long as I weaken one of you, I can then put the other one on the ground, or alternatively, I can defend and then put the one that's buffing itself on the ground. We've still got our Blade Dancers in the deck, so we'll have the ability to put these people on the ground. It's fine. Okay. I'm taking 5 here, but that's not that bad. Could be one hell of a lot worse. Now, counter slice, eviscerate, no. Is there a better line here? There's not. I do want to be elite hunting. This incense burner has come in handy a couple times now. I don't know, maybe I was wrong about it. The big thing that I hold against unreliable effects is if you're planning around unreliable effects, a lot of the time you will be disappointed. And if you require, especially that unreliable effect, a lot of the time you will be let down to the point of death. But this, at the very least, can be planned around. So it probably doesn't fit my definition, I guess. Okay, 1 down. Defend myself for 12 this turn. Or I could defend myself for 6. Then next turn I only have 1 incoming damage. I'm actually totally fine to take the damage as well. If it was needed, I would have taken the damage because we would have just healed back up 2 HP at the start of the next fight anyway. Could theoretically take Predator. I'm not going to, though. Jax is really, really powerful for us. Extra strength, thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna use an energy potion here. Kill that frontliner dead. I want to lose a bunch of HP there just to keep a potion that isn't even that important to me. I'll take an Infinite Blade Seer. It's another way to get some shivs in this deck. Definitely going to be using the Strength Potion in this fight. Probably the Power Potion as well. Wee bit of a rough draw on that one. Front line down. If I wanted to keep my perfect here, I'm not caring about my score modifier. I'm just trying to see new things and also do a Shiv build because I keep getting asked to do one. Yeah, if I cared about my score modifier, I could have applied a weakness potion there to reduce the amount of damage coming in. Runic Dodecahedron. Well, now I do care about having full HP at all times because this is the first extra energy I've been offered. It is, if your HP is full, gain energy at the start of each turn. It's a bit rough for aggressive decks to keep that one around, but when they can, it's excellent. I'll take a backstab there, especially because we have the bag of marbles. So the backstab is innate, so it'll always be in our opening hand, and it will be oftentimes against vulnerable enemies. That's the apparitions event. Extremely worth. I should check who my end boss this floor is. Okay, never mind. That's not a problem for me. The worst case scenario was the end floor boss here was the champ. Omamori, negate the next curses you obtain. Handy. One down. Two down. I'm gonna play out the apparitions, because they're going to exhaust themselves anyway if I don't. Unfortunately, this will lose me HP. It will only lose me 1 HP due to the fact that I have apparitions up, but it will also deal enough damage to me to prevent the Runic Dodecahedron from being active. So I do have to be aware of that when I make this play. The incense burner is kind of serving as just like an extension of the intangibility that I have innately. That's an interesting use for it that I've not really seen before. Okay, we could easily start going for the Gremlin leader given the right draw, and that is the right draw. Okay, Warpaint upon pick up, upgrade 2 random skills, as well as a Fear Potion. Fear Potion's excellent for us. It upgraded Jax. Could have been slightly worse, could have been slightly better. Slightly better would have been upgrading the Jackson Blade Dance in particular. Slightly worse would have been, I guess, like double defend or defend survivor. As much as I want to double strike here, it's really important we get those apparitions down. Yeah, because we can't guarantee that we're not going to get screwed on our cost draws. I screwed up the ordering of the play there. I would have been able to play everything if I played them in the right order. It would have only been 7 more damage, but it's, yeah, still worth noting. Oh, we are getting kind of screwed on these, actually. I could have sworn that I was dealing 20 damage with that Shiv. I should have questioned it. Okay, Power Potion. Riddle with Holes. 4 damage 5 times, so upgrades to 5 damage 5 times. With the Vajra, it's already coming pre-upgraded, mind. But then with the Jax, it's 8 damage 5 times, 40 damage for 2 energy. It's not that bad. Yeah, no, I'm going to find a way to complain about that. Don't you worry. Oh, don't you worry. If there is one thing that Widow Rhapsody can do, it is complain. Oh boy. It's my specialist skill. By discarding the intangibility generator, by the way, I've just prevented it from affecting me at all. Which is always nice. Oh, sorry, prevented it from exhausting. So it's left in the deck. Another glass knife, easily. Glass knife is really powerful for us. So 35 on that one. 19 twice. Okay. I'll accept my 1 damage. I know. Brave. Very brave of me to accept that 1 damage. Yeah, I no longer want to play Jax. Oh, never mind. I actually don't get a choice. Thought I had more energy than I did. Yeah, I didn't want to play Jax just because I didn't want to go below 33. 33 HP being the limit at which Blood Vial will bring me back up to full HP when I go into my next fight. But I didn't have any defensive cards in that hand anyway, so I didn't really have a choice. Snecko Skull, when you apply poison, apply 1 additional poison. No. Normally I'd be all over a bunch of those cards, but no. Not now. Not this time. Abacus gains 6 block whenever you shuffle your draw pile. We do that regularly, commonly. I think it might be Tiny Chest removal. So Tiny Chest would cost me 114 because it gives you 30 back when you get it. So 114 means that I wouldn't have enough left over to buy the Abacus. I was entertaining that idea for a moment there. So how many of these are exhaust? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm counting the powers because they don't go back in our deck. So 9 of them exhaust. We go down to a deck of 15. This Abacus could still be useful. I need to stop including cards in my deck, though. Do I plan on doing that? Not really. I'm going to take the Tiny Chest and card removal then. Easily sorted for us there. Upgrade the other glass knife. Okay. I'm frankly not unlikely to throw this Fear Potion on the back line. Which apparently, to me, means damn near guaranteed to do. I also went with a power potion so that I could generate a power that would then make something else in my hand cost 0. And that was done primarily for the effect of just getting another apparition out. Looks like I'm not going to need that extra turn's worth of apparition, though. Goodbye, boss. Phantasmal Killer, definitely. Charges up for the next turn. We do need extra energy. Limiting our card choices is a little bit rough. How rough is it? We should be able to win with this deck as it currently stands. But if I take the... I'm going to take the Black Star, and the primary reason for this is because I want to see more relics. I got a call for a see more relics. I want to see more relics. So by fighting as many elites as is humanly possible with this modifier, I am hoping to see more relics, exactly. Double my energy for this turn. Sorry, double my damage for this turn, rather. Well, that didn't exactly work out how I wanted it to. If I played those in a different order, I would have been able to play everything in my hand. Whoops. Thankfully, I have a feeling it's not going to matter. Dagger Spray is actually really good, especially in a strength stacking deck. I could gain 999 gold. It would remove 2 normality from my deck because of the Omamori. Doing it. That's going to get us a lot of gold. Yeah, hell yes. 1,171 for a single relic. That sounds like a good idea, and definitely not a bad idea. Clockwork Souvenir at the start of each combat. Gain 1 artifact as well as a happy flower. Every 3 turns, gain an energy. If some of these came pre-upgraded, I might. But they don't, so I won't. Start getting those lower power strikes out of there. We have another shop immediately afterwards, by the way. Just in case you're wondering what I am doing. I'm doing the best I can. By the way, if you're wondering, because I have had this question often, what is a deck in which you would put in Venom? This would do it. I attack a lot of times. And I have Snecko Skulls, so it's twice as valuable. Lantern, gain energy on the first turn of each combat, as well as the bronze scales at the start of each combat. Gain 3 thorns. I could totally take a sucker punch, actually. The ability to weaken an enemy is pretty important. No, we just avoid all damage. Gain to fall, lose a strike, happily. Okay. So we have the bird face turn. Whenever you play a power, heal for 2 HP. I think I'm actually just going to be card removing here. Get another low tier strike out of the deck. And all of these kind of garbage. I'll pass them up right now. And we have another shop later on. Just in case you're wondering what I'm doing with this one, we have another shop. Paper Crane. Enemies with weak deal 50% less damage rather than 25% less damage. A lot of things just inverted in priority for us. The weak potion just became the strongest potion that we hold. Okay. Oh, baby. Good lord. Bottled Lightning, as well as the Frozen Egg. Frozen Egg, whenever you add a power card to your deck, it is immediately upgraded, and Bottled Lightning we'll have a look at in just a second. Take an accuracy, and it immediately gets upgraded by the Frozen Egg. Hell yeah! Our opening hand, put Jackson. Sounds good to me. Get that extra strength. I know what I'm about. I should have played an intangibility before I played the Jax. I would have lost 2 less HP. No need to take any of those, though. Okay. With our final shop in one space. Could have been better, could have been worse. Didn't get weakened that turn, courtesy of the Clockwork Souvenir, having given me an artifacting at the start of this fight. Not a huge fan of the ridiculous underutilization of our hand there. We definitely have to play Phantasmal Killer. Yeah, our draw pile is basically only attacks, and we've got double damage active. Yeah, I feel like that was going to work. Peace Pipe, you can now remove cards from your deck at rest sites, as well as Thread and Needle at the start of each combat. Gain 5 plated armor. If that Riddle with Holes came pre-upgraded. Maybe. But it doesn't. Ooh. This is actually a little bit spicy. Let's have a look at this. We might... Hang on. I can't play the Aberration this turn. We might be able to kill the Transient before it takes a turn. And that's 178 in the opening turn. Granted, we did have a really, really powerful opening turn there. Okay. And did nothing the turn after as well, so... Not going to use Apparition here. Whoa. Ah, there we go. Mass sensitivity back down. Yeah, we've got one turn to deal 608 damage. Call it a hunch. But I don't think we're getting all the way there. That's not a bad effort for a deck that doesn't have a multiplicative element in it. Greater Dagger Spray. Final Shot. Oh, hell yes. Ninja Scroll, start with 3 shivs in hand, as well as After Image. Innate, whenever you play a card, gain a block. We play a lot of cards. We're not going to get any status effects in on hand. You can give us Void, but Void is ethereal, so it removes itself from the hand at the end anyway, so there's no reason to do anything about that. Instead, I'll just card remove another garbage card. And gain a Fear Potion. I actually really want that Draw Potion as well. And we managed to spend all our money. Hell yeah. Now, it's pretty important that I upgrade one of these apparitions at the very least to be available after the enemy transforms into its second form, so that I don't just suddenly take a 40 hit. It's just a lot. It's a lot. Not bad for an opening there. Double damage in this turn as well. Okay. There's the untouchable apparition. I don't even have the energy to play it this turn. Perfect. Works for me. Between the plated armor and the after image, we can even defend ourselves with just nothing. So satisfying. Now, unfortunately, I can't Phantasmal Killer this turn. So I can't have double damage for the next turn. Damn you. We still have invulnerability, though, left over from before. Perfect. Definitely dropping the Fear Potion now. I may as well use the Ancient. No reason not to. Draw 3 here. We can weaken. We don't want to weaken yet. I think we might actually perfect this final boss fight. I tried so hard to get new relics. I mean, Potion Belt's new-ish, Incense Burner is new-ish, so is the Empty Cage, but the only really new relic that we picked up was Clockwork Souvenir, despite my very laborious attempts to get other stuff as well. 1028. Not bad, not bad. Most of it seems to be off of money. Must be funny in a rich man's world. For the moment, though, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Slay the Spire. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you later. Next time. I meant next time. I just didn't want to say the same words. Bye!